Good evening, everybody. I, to me, in my camera, I look very, very fuzzy. So if that's how it is, it's because I'm on my phone, because I don't have internet where I am right now, and so I have to do it through my phone. Um, so let's see how this works out. I don't like doing it through my phone because a lot of things I can't see that I want to see, and I just can't see it. So, um, yeah, it's been very long week and very trying week, and I am just trying to just make it through without um, losing any more of my hair or my mind. It's just so much stuff going on, um, and I guess the least of my worries should be how many of my chins are showing on this particular camera. So we're gonna get into the show. Um, I had another show planned for today, um, but I decided to go with friendship because um, I have a very, very special friend of mine that I have on my mind at this point. But I I saw a post of another friend who I whose opinions and who I value as a friend over the years, even though we do not keep in contact as much as I probably would want to. Um, but he posted a post that kind of bothered me a little bit, and it made me um, kind of second guess myself a little bit in a way, um, about doing broadcast, about coming on here and saying what I thought that I was led to say, what I felt would help people along their way. So his post basically said that he had gotten tired of podcasters and people making posts and all of this stuff about that it was just them ranting about what they thought had been inspired by a divine or higher power, and um, and how it was clogging up the works for those who legitimately had something to say or who had legitimately um, um, gotten into this to do whatever they were meant to do. And it bothered me a little bit because I felt, um, and let's be clear, I do not think that this is what his post was about. But however, I did feel like it was. I took it personal. I took it personal because I have in my own mind gotten on here and ranted um, about some things and all of that other stuff. And it just, and coming from him, it hurt. And coming from him, um, and again, let's be clear. It wasn't, I don't think it was directed at any one person, but I took it personally because I know him personally. And, um, and I had to really sit back and think about, why do I do this? Why do I get on here and expose myself to scrutiny, to to people who are hateful and mean, and all of that? And I had to think about, was I doing this for the right reason? Was I doing this because it was truly going to help somebody, or was I doing it because I just wanted, um, I just felt ignored and I just wanted people to hear me? And to be honest with you, I'm still um, contemplating in my mind, what is the real reason that I'm here, and why do I do this? And I still haven't really. That was the worst thing to do. Why did I drink that, y'all? Instead of drinking that water. That was just it just still is it just what he said bothered me. And I'm sure that's not what he meant, because he's one of the sweetest people, but not just sweet. He's one of the most inspirational people in my life, from high school. I think that if he had not become my friend in high school, that I would have um, done something harmful to myself. And that is the God honest truth. He was the best friend. And he came at a time in my life when it just was chaotic and awful, and my mind was just everywhere. So I just wanted to be clear on that. But it just bothered me that I would be taking the place of somebody else that might have something more substantial and more poignant and edifying to say to people. And then one of the things I thought about was like Jesus died on the cross. You feel me? And that edified, that gave me the right to be able to say what it is that he did for me beyond that. That gives me the right that I have survived all of these years in my wrongness, and then to come to a point in my life where I think I'm actually on the right path. That gives me the right to rant and to say whatever I think or deem necessary to say, to make sure that nobody else goes through the crap that I went through. So I'm going to try very hard not to curse during this show, because I gave my apostle the link to this show. And it's not because she's my apostle or any of that. It's a respect thing, yes. But it's also because I know that I could do better. But personally, I think that the most intelligent people that I know curse like sailors. And it's not because we can't find the words. It's just because that word fits very well in what we're about to say. So moving on from that, I'm not going to explain why I curse every time I come on. So apart from that, and that being on my mind, I got some news yesterday that I didn't want, and I have a doctor's appointment coming up, and I'm very nervous about it. And people say, you shouldn't be, God didn't give us a spirit of fear. No, he did not. But he didn't say we wouldn't be scared either. And I have fear, not in that God won't do what he said he's going to do, but because I'm human. And it has nothing to do with God gonna get me back, or did I sin and it has nothing to do with that. It's just I fear. I don't know what the doctors are gonna say. I don't. I believe in what I want the doctors to say, but I don't know what they're going to say. And I'm going to get off of that particular train of thought, because I can feel myself choking up, and I'm not in the mood for that either. So I wanted to talk about friendship, and I wanted to have all these notes and all that. And for some reason, I've been trying to move into this new place, and I'm so tired because of chemo, and I'm tired because I want to do this the right way, and I don't want to screw up. I don't want to screw up. I want to do this right. I've been in this position with God so many times where he's blessed me, and I just screwed it up. I just screwed it up. And I want to do this right so bad. I'm trying to invite to get Coco to come in, but I can't because I don't know how to do this on my phone. I did send the link, but I don't know if it got to her. I don't know how I can do that. But if I have to do the show the way it is now, then I'm just gonna have to. There she is. That's okay. Hi, hi Coco. I just wanted to not necessarily have a co-host. I just wanted to see somebody. So I just wanted to see somebody, and I wanted you to keep me because I'm gonna cry anyway. I feel it, and I don't know why. I just want to be kept on this frame where I'm at right now. So I'm very emotional today. I've been emotional all day and yesterday, and it's not because I'm sad. It's because I am in this almost perpetual state of worship and I've never experienced it's in such a long stretch of time. You know, like when you get off your knees or you stop talking to God, and you go, okay, well, I spent my time with God, and you get up and you still like wobbling, you still drunk, and I feel like that. After a conversation I had with my apostle yesterday, which blew me completely out of my own element, and it scared me so bad that inside Bobby was sitting on the bed. She wasn't asking for no Snickers, she wasn't asking for no snack, she wasn't talking about Anton. You know what she was doing? She was rocking back and forth and go, oh my God, you talking to the apostle, you talking to the and not because I think that she's higher than me or she thinks no, because of the God in her and her position in God, and knowing that she know real when she see. I just could not believe what was coming out of my mouth, because it wasn't coming out of my mouth. And it just blew my mind. And I'm still in this thing where I'm telling Bobby, if you don't lay down and stop rocking in it. But I was up all night, not because because I was tired, but I just kept talking to God, and he kept confirming things. And it just was great. So we had talked last week about friendship, and I really wanted to talk about the friendship that Jesus had with Lazarus. And I really want to do these notes, and then Jamal Bryant got on and he started talking about that. I was like, listen to confirmation, all right. And didn't write down a scripture, he said. Didn't get home in time. No, I take that back. I did get home in time to study, but when I see boxes that need to be unpacked, guess what I did? I was unpacking boxes until 7:58. Because that's just me. And I don't know why I'm rushing to get this house together, because God done told me I'm not even going to be here long enough to unpack all my stuff, because he's moving on my behalf. But it's just me. I just cannot live in chaos, not with stuff everywhere. And so that's what that was. And 7:58, I was in the kitchen going, if I can just wash one more. No, you can't wash one more dish. You got to get on. So that's what I did. And so I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about the idea of friendship, where your friend will let you suffer and let you be not you die, but be in a situation that is dead for a day, while they take their time to get to you, knowing that when they get to you, you will have understood why you went through that, and that they will be able to resurrect you out of that dead situation. That's what Jesus did. Because this is the point. I just told my apostle that, and she was looking at me with that smile she got. And she said, my God. I said, well, yes. Because Jesus didn't have to go. When he called Lazarus, he could have did that he was 24 hours away. He could have did that from the 24 hours away. He had no reason to listen. They never said he got on a chariot. They never said he got on a donkey. He walked. Him and the people who he was with, they walked a day to get to him. Now, if you walk for a day now, what is that? 20, 30 miles, right? If you maybe more or less, depending on how fast or slow you walk, right? He walked, knowing this man was dead. And when he got there, old girl said, what you here for now? He's stinking. Jesus ain't paying this chick no attention, just like he didn't pay them no attention when they was wiping his feet when he was there the day before. A couple of days, before that. And he wasn't paying the one in the kitchen no attention either. I don't care how good them lamb kebabs smell. He wasn't paying nobody no attention. But understand, when he was with the two sisters, and they was in there trying to be his best friend, you know Lazarus was in the room, right? But you don't hear nothing about bro, because he don't say nothing. He chilling. This my friend. I know him. I ain't got to be all up under him. We good. So then you think, well, why would Jesus not just say, why didn't he just say, Lazarus, get up from where he was at? He did it before with that little boy. Or I think it was a little boy, a little girl. And he said, whatever, my daughter at home, no, yeah, the little girl, my daughter at home, and she, whatever, whatever. Jesus said, okay, when you go home, she'll be all right. He done did it before. Ain't like he ain't never did it before. So why wouldn't he do that with Lazarus, who house he ate at? I'm sure he slept there. All his people was there. The sisters were taking care of all of them. So why wouldn't he do that? Why would you make me suffer? Because they didn't say he just died. I'm sure that that entire day he suffered through something. And they didn't have no Tylenol and all that stuff. So why would you let me suffer unto death? Unto death before you decide to come back. Now, that ain't even the right way to say it. Because when the man came and told him, he still ain't turned around and go back. He kept on doing what he was doing. All right, I'll get doing when I get to him. But this your friend. And this is what I think people don't understand about real friendship. You cannot be around that person for years. But when y'all get back together, y'all talking like y'all just talked yesterday. Because y'all so intertwined with each other, y'all know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. I got a friend like that. His name is James. And I've known him since he was 10. And not only is he my friend, I watched him grow up in the ministry, and now he's my pastor. But even at the age of, at 15, when he knew he was called, he became my mentor. And I'm older than him. I'm 53. And so, and I was 18 at the time. So I'm about 7, 8 years older than he is. But he's my mentor. And I have always, he's been my goal spiritually, because the man got faith that is unshakable and unbreakable. And as a prophet, he don't miss. And I've been with him. Listen, I've been his armor bearer. I've been his nurse. I've been his children's godmother, his confidant. Listen, he don't hit and miss. He's real as you can get. But, and I say this about most prophets, and probably say it about Coco in my head, but never out loud. But she on here, and I'm real. I'm always me. Prophets are mean as hell. They are mean people, because they cannot be your best buddy and tell you the truth. If you got a prophet and they your friend and they your best buddy and y'all, then that's not a prophet. Because on a certain level, you should not be able to stand your prophet. Because on a certain level, I can't stand Foster. Because Foster gonna tell me the truth till it hurts. And then he'll come back after he know I simmer down, because he know me. He know how long it takes for me to calm down. He know what to give her a room. And he'll come back and start talking like it ain't nothing. He's not going to apologize, because that's not what prophets do. But I'll tell you this, he don't rip me up and don't come back and edify me now. In the same thing. He don't wait days. He'll rip you up and he'll pull you back up. Jesus did it. Jesus ripped them tables up in that temple. But this is the same day he laid hands and started healing people too. Now this is the same exact day. It's not different days. People try to make it like Jesus was in at that temple and did them tables and all that, and then the next day. No, it was the same day. And so what is it? All of these things coexist, and there's nothing new under the sun, even when it comes down to what happens biblically. And the Bible don't change. God don't change. And so when we're talking about friendship and Jesus, I told my godmom today, I was like, me and Foster got that kind of friendship. Foster will let me go through hell unto death, not in my physical body, but unto death of me getting to the end of it, and I've hit that brick wall before he come in. So I'm gonna tell you this story, and I don't think Foster like when I tell this story, but he knows it's true, but he won't verify, or listen, he won't verify or deny. So I was talking to this dude, and nobody could stand him but me, and his name was Anthony. And nobody could stand Anthony but me, because Anthony was mean to me in public and at home. He wasn't physically abusive or anything. Like, he was just mean. He just was, and he was quiet, and he was he wasn't a people person. Let's put it that way. And so everybody took him as mean. And I thought it was cute. But that was my state of mind at the time. I just thought it was cute. So he come to church one day, and some stuff happened or whatever. I'm not gonna say what or whatever. Nothing bad, but some things happened or whatever. And we go home, and a week later, I wake up and he's sleeping on the floor. I said, "What's nigga sleeping?" I asked him, "Why you sleeping on the floor?" "Cause you snore." "Nigga, I've been snoring since you get." Okay, let's move on. Another week later, he downstairs on the couch. Y'all see where I'm going with this, in it? So he on the couch, and I'm thinking, I didn't gain no weight. This is me. I'm still me, still cooking. He's still coming home from work. A week after that, he leave and don't come back. Period. Let me tell you that last time I saw Anthony, he was getting arrested over off up the street up here, running from the police. And that was just then, but I hadn't seen him in between then. And this has been about 3, 4, 5 years ago, before I started driving truck, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8, I don't know. But he left all his stuff. I had to take his stuff to his mama's house because he never came back. So I'm crying at night, trying to figure out, trying to call, and all this other stuff. He not answering my phone, goes like boom. And one night I'm on the way going to sleep, and I'm dozing off. And Bobby sits up and said, "You know Foster prayed that nigga out here." I sat up and I said, "No." Foster, no. Bobby said, "Yes, he did. She turned over in her bed and went on to sleep." All night I'm sitting in the bed, I'm crying. I said, "No, Foster. Foster ain't answering his phone. Foster ain't answering his phone. Foster ain't answering his phone." So I get to church, I bust in the office, said, "Foster, you pray on Anthony?" He had this thing where he hold his head up and said, "I'll tell you nothing," and walks out. He prayed that boy from the floor to downstairs to out the door. This booger left his clothes. He never came back. He never called me. He never, nothing. I saw him one day when I started driving trucks. He was in the parking lot of the Blue Note, and he looked at me like he did not know me. I waved at him. I had a dog then. I was walking he acted like he did not know. This is what I'm talking about friendship. When Foster got tired of me pretending like I was happy with this booger, he prayed him out without my permission. That's a friend. Because he knew if he asked me, I would have said, "Everything is great. He's fine." And I would have made up every lie in the world to say how great he was. I can't got my glasses on. Hey, Coco, and hi, Gil Melvin. How you doing? I would have made up and he knows that. And he did the same thing with my ex-husband. Listen, he didn't pray him out of because my husband was already gone. What he did was he helped me get him out my heart, because for 8 years I just waited on him to do right. He dragged me. All these women having children, knowing I couldn't have none, all this. And 8 years, I lost weight. I went to school. I started doing myself a little better, all that, thinking he was going to come home and do right. And one day Foster got tired of it. And about a month, one summer in about a month, I realized I thought about this booger in I don't know how long. And so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about friendship. Your friend should be able to pray whatever is going on out of your life without your permission. We're not talking about, listen to me. I am not talking about witchcraft. I am not talking about putting mouth on you and telling you because she don't like your boyfriend. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that your friend knows that something in your life, I don't care if it's first of all, I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's your children. And I don't care if it's that ugly dog you bought that looked like a rat. If it is making you miserable, your friend should be able to pray it out your life, and you should be able to be okay with that. Because your friend should love you enough to let you go to hell unto death. And right before you go over the edge of the abyss, snatch you by the one little hair you got left that didn't fall out because you was under pressure, and snatch you back. And I can't even tell you how many times my brother has done it for me. And I can't tell you how many times that they, especially during what I'm going through now, that they have done that. The people that I know love me have pulled me off the edge. Because when I tell you they told me this at the beginning, the first thing I thought of was, I'm just going to, before I let it get me, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to end it. Because I'm not going to let this take me out. I'll just do it myself. And I meant it. Because this doctor telling me this, that, and other, you gonna do what? I'm gonna let you poison me on purpose? Bro, nobody does that for real. And I can't do that anyway because my mama just died of this. I'm good. And so what I'm trying to say to you in my clumsy way is that you need to assess the friends that you have in your life, and you need to figure out if that friend is being a friend that is always yes, 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 yes. See, and this, I'm not saying, listen, I'm gonna be me on this show because I'm always me. You need a friend that's gonna tell you that yes, your ass looks fat in that dress. That's the kind of friend you need. You need a friend to tell you that if you ever get your hair cut like that again, I'm not gonna talk to you until it grow back. That's the kind of friend you need. You need a friend to tell you that you can't walk in those shoes because you look like listen. If your friend can't tell you the truth without you not talking to them for days, then that's not your friend. That's a yes man. And if you have a friend who's so scared to tell you the truth that they have to walk around on eggshells, then that's not your friend. I'm not telling you that your friend should be so hurtful that they hurt you and purposely, especially bringing something up that you told them in conference. Sometimes that's all I'm telling you. I'm telling you that your friend won't let you walk around all day with a book in your nose. I know I'm saying it's simple, but I'm telling you the truth. Your friend not gonna let you walk around all day with tissue sticking out the back of your pants. Your friend is not going to let you just keep on cooking macaroni and cheese, and all you use is the cheese in the little plastic wrapper thing. That's not cheese, boo boo. It's orange. It's orange water and oil. That's all I'm saying. Nobody makes. Listen, stop making macaroni and cheese with cheese doodles. It's not a new recipe. It's stupid. That's what your friend should be able to tell you. And you not get mad and talk about you ain't gonna never bring the macaroni and cheese. First of all, we didn't want you to bring anyway. But you gonna get mad, and now you ain't gonna never be their friend no more because I can't believe and I can't believe. Yes, you do. Because I couldn't believe that boy prayed that boy out of my life, and I wanted that. When I tell you I wanted it, but it wasn't doing me any good. It wasn't edifying me. It wasn't pushing me forward. It wasn't making me do anything. It wasn't making me better. And so that's a good friend. And Jesus was just like that with Lazarus. People say, I can't believe you let that man die like that. Why wouldn't he? Because he had to prove a point. And his point is this: friendship is not something that you take for granted. Friendship is not, when I go feel bad or whatever, she gonna call me because I know she gonna feel me. No, because Jesus felt him and he didn't call him. He didn't send no message say you go. And he had been there a few days before. He could have told Lazarus what was gonna happen. Did he tell him no? Didn't send a text message, didn't send an email, didn't send nobody back. He didn't say, Peter, put that knife down, cut his ear off next week. Go tell her. He didn't say nothing. Because the point had to be proven. that even though I am your brother, I am your friend, I am your sister, there are some things that you're going to have to suffer through unto death. Not physically, but unto the death of you. Death of something is, I'm tired of this. My marriage to the man I was married to is dead. That is the death of that. Anthony, the death of that. Me feeling sorry for myself because I never had children, the death of that. And until you get to the death of something, you ain't tired. And people tired of praying for you for, listen, I'm going to tell you something that preachers ain't going to tell you. And I'm going to tell it to you because they can't. They tired of praying for you for the same thing. If they've been praying for you to get a husband for 10 years and you still ain't met boo-boo, it's you. What are you doing? Because if you had that wig on 10 years ago and you still have it on, I can't, Coco. If you still got on that same wig you had on when she told you about it 10 years ago, because that's your lucky wig, because she told you, girl, if you don't take that crispy, crunchety wig off, I can't. I can't, because I want to say something and I can't because God won't let me. And when he tied my tongue, I can't get to my next thought because I want to say it and he won't let me. Listen to me. These preachers tired of praying for you for the same thing. Okay? So try something different. We talked about this before. If you want something, if I want something and I know specifically what I want, I know what store to go to. Okay? If I want something that's I can wash and it'll stay good and all that, I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to Goodwill. I didn't even know Goodwill is my store, and I do. No. I go to Cato's. I go to the mall, which I hate the mall, but I go somewhere where I know that is going to be. And I don't do name brands. I wear my stuff on my body. I don't wear nobody else's. But well, unless I'm black-owned business, you know what I'm talking about. So, but you have to do something different to get a result. Because if you don't, you're insane. I'm not trying to be mean. Look in your eye. If you don't do something different, yes, these are fake, but they're different. So anyway, if you don't do something different, you're insane. Do you understand me? You're insane? Oh, God. There are things that went out of style years ago, and they're just coming back. The fact that you wore them when they were in style and continue to wear them until they came back does not make you a revolutionary. It makes you cheap, and it makes your clothes shiny. That's it. That's it. You're cheap, and not only is your wig shiny, but your clothes are shiny. Because you're using the Food Lion brand of detergent instead of Tide or I can't. I do not understand. And so the same way that you deal with a person in a relationship as far as love, that's the word I'm looking for, like a love kind of intimate relationship, you have to have friends that are just as intimately connected to you as as your spouse or your boyfriend or however you want to call them. You understand? And I know people, well, I don't want nobody in my business. Then you don't want no friends. Because I'm not telling you to tell them about what goes on in your bedroom or what goes on in your house. I'm not telling you that. And the other thing about that is, if you don't have an outside friend besides your spouse, something is wrong with that. Your husband should have other friends. Men. Girl, don't make me hit this phone. Men. And you as a woman should have other women friends, because if you don't, you get into this thing of a reprobated mind that you're always right and he's always right. And now y'all best friends with each other and can't nobody teach neither one of y'all nothing. Because the same way he got you is the same way he gonna keep you. Okay, go ahead then. Because he got you when he didn't have no money. So when he take you to Burger King, what you mad for? That's how he got you. Oh. No, We should be progressing further along. By time it's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, y'all should be going to restaurants with real napkins and some utensils that clink when they hit the plate. With your husband at 10, unless he's doing it because that's what you like. But if your husband think that being romantic is taking you to a place where when you finish eating, you crumple your paper up and ooh, girl, sis. What you said, that's why I talk about people all the time. People say stuff and don't understand what it means. And people say, you just being too deep. What we mean is, no. Then don't say that. Say what you mean. Because he got you with that weak game he had. First of all, when a man really wants somebody, really want a woman, he say the stupidest stuff he can think of. It's the lamest crap. And I know he'd be in the car going, I can't believe you said it, sir. But she fell for it because she was into you too. But he got you with that lame crap. Girl, you remind me of my Jeep. Nigga, you want to put gas in a Jeep? But back in the day, a man reminding you of a Jeep, it was, listen, you remind me of my Jeep. That was the thing back in the day. The Cadillac with the diamond in the back and the gangster lean. But that was before gangsters became men who wore skirts and fingernail pockets. Oh, God, I didn't mean to say that. Jesus. I'm sorry. That was Bobby. That was, I can't, God gonna make me, because that's what he want me to say. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be me on this show. When they was talking about gangsters leaning in the back, that was just because the guy had a nice car and a felt hat. He was not a pimp. He went to work, and on the weekends he dressed just like he worked. With the gangsters now. First of all, sir, those are not skinny leg jeans. Those are tights. Those are leggings. No, seriously, those are leggings. And why your fingernails decorated better than mine? Is that mascara, bro? Listen. Now I'm gonna tell you this: the thing now with the men who are bald who want to have hair and they do. I can understand that. I get that because we as women we want our edges to be covered up. Then I understand we moving on it. So let him get it. It ain't weed for him. It's called a toupee for a man. I get that. But when you come out of there and your eyebrows are so tight till I can cut my finger on them, and you got on blue fingernail polish with little birds and stars on it, then we gonna have to talk about your heterosexual card. Sorry. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you gay, straight, bi, LBGRCS, QRP. I don't care. Do what you want to do in your own house. But if you come at me like that with them skinny jeans on, fingernail polish, eyeliner, and a man purse that goes over your shoulder and not go across your back, I promise you, you have to pull out a card that say heterosexual, and they're going to have more than 2 punches in it. Because I'm pretty sure the manhood took it. Now, anybody want to get on here and debate that? Good. Come on, bring it. Because God don't change. You can bring it, whatever scripture you want to bring with that. I know it's supposed to be about friendship, but I am your friend because I'm helping you right now. The Bible did say that a woman should not dress like a man, but the pants that I wear are not men's pants. These are called, my pants are called pants. Yours is slacks. You feel me? So what in all God's creation are we doing at this point in our lives? What happened? Now you can't even say the word girl or boy because the child got to grow up and figure out what they are. I'm going to tell you what my apostle told our whole church. Just in case you get it wrong, put a mirror on the ground. If it looked like an ostrich, you're a boy. If it looked like a honey bun, you're a girl. That's it. That's as simple as you can get it. That's it. You good. I've never heard it put any simpler. Now, just a matter of fact, like the girl, we were in when I greet people, it's queen or king. And the lady at my job now, she doesn't like that. She thinks it's separating people from what we are separate. I'm royalty, and I'm going to acknowledge other royalty. Everybody else going to bow down. Sorry. That's how I feel, and that's it. Everybody else going to bow down. And so, but she doesn't like it, but I do it anyway because that's me. So I'm walking the store, and the beautiful, beautiful Nubian queen behind the counter, no makeup, face looked like. I asked the girl, did you just put the filter on? Because I was mad. I was jealous of the skin smoothness. She looked like she had a filter on. Beautiful. No makeup. Just some lashes. Queen, I said, because I bow down to the royalty in you. So, must be girlfriend comes around the corner, green dreads, bra, boob strapped down, whatever. And I say, Queen. And she looks at me like, and before I could stop Bobby, I said, is there a problem? And I think I just threw her back because she didn't say anything. She said, oh, no, 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 ma'am, no, ma'am. I guess she didn't think I would say anything because I am going to address you as the gender that you are. I understand political correctness. I get that. But I have been called nigger, coon, uppity Negro, a bitch, a hoe, the C word by some of the. And you mean to tell me calling you by your gender is offensive? If you don't go put on some black platinum leather shoes and some lace socks, get from by me. Because I'm going to address you as the gender that, and if you don't like the way I address you, then don't come around me. Because I'm not going to flip my tongue around to accommodate you when I can't take this brown stuff off when it doesn't accommodate the people who I make uncomfortable. And so we have come to the place in this world where we don't want to be nobody's friend. We just want to be accommodating. I was wondering how God was going to bring this back because he surprises me every time. I ain't got no notes, but that's how he brings it back. We have become a nation, a people, a world of accommodation and political correctness until we are erasing each other's identity of who we were. If God didn't want us to be male or female, then he wouldn't have separated the two. And if he didn't want man to take the responsibility first, then why he bring him first? Because all of the responsibility goes on man. He was here first. He was the one giving the rules. And it was his job to tell Eve the rules. I'm not trying to make it seem like that women didn't do nothing wrong. But I do know this, if Adam had a little bit more control over his penis and not worrying about what Eve was doing, then she wouldn't have been able to talk him into doing whatever, to eating the apple. Because I promise you, Eve didn't just walk up to Adam with no apple and say, bite this. She worked on this booger. Because you know what she learned from that snake? Not just about the apple. Yeah, she did, because she bit the apple. You know what she learned from that snake? Manipulation. She learned it first. That's why we so good at it. And men not as good as we are. She manipulated him. She played him. And I'm pretty sure when every now and then she bent over further than she had to bend over so he can get to see what he was going to miss if he didn't bite the apple. Because I'm sure she didn't just ask him real quick. No, she worked him. Because Adam knew it was wrong. And you know how he knew it was wrong? Because Adam had to ask, God had to ask him, well, where you at? So we have come into a world, we have become a world of accommodation. We have come into a world of, I'm going to be truthful till it hurt, but only to certain people. And I'm only going to do it on a platform where I know that it's going to be seen, and it's going to be liked, and it's going to go viral. And I'm not going to worry about the fact that I said something that made somebody commit suicide, even if it wasn't true. That girl, what is her name? Not Nicki Minaj, the other pretty girl. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name because I lose words or whatever. But she's the other pretty girl, not Nicki Minaj, but the other one. Um, I can see her face, but either way, there was a YouTuber that just stalked her, and she had to go to therapy and all of that. She sued her, and she won because the girl literally got into her head, even though what the girl was saying is untrue. But even in all of that, that girl still kept getting likes. Even though people found out that she was lying and stalking that girl and driving her crazy, people still was on her side. And that is the kind of society we're in. We're a society that would elect a man to be president, even to the detriment of the entire world. We would elect a man who is a known pedophile, who is a misogynist, who is a bigot, and who is basically illiterate to be president, because he says the things that most people in this country who are non-melanated don't have the balls to say themselves. That's the country. That's who we are right now. And so we've become a place where we're friends, but only to the point where I can do and say anything to you, but you can't come back at me with my own truth. But I'll tell you this, if you my friend, if you come at me, because I don't come at people, I don't go at people, I don't do it on purpose, because really, I'm not a person that like confrontation. But there is a side of me that also enjoys. I know it sounds contradictory. There's a side of me that enjoys confrontation, because I just like using words that I know will make you be up at night trying to figure out why would she say that, and that's so mean because it's true. That's just the petty inside of me, and God working on that. So, but if you come at me with what you think of as my truth, then I am going to have to come at you with what I think of as your truth. You understand? And so I don't believe in this new world order of even with Christians and church people, and you supposed to be a Christian and you this and that, and the Pharisees talked about Jesus, but I bet you Jesus can't. Look, do people read the Bible? Just read the stuff in the red. That's Jesus. I'm trying to help you. And when he came back, when he clapped back at them, he clapped back. Jesus didn't hold his tongue. He might have said it in a way like, verily I say unto you, but he verily said unto you plenty of stuff that almost meant today your mama. He clapped back. He came back. Jesus clapped back too. On the Pharisees when they talked about this, that, and the other. He said, well, don't you do such and such. I don't understand why people think because you're striving to be Christ-like, that you have to be Christ-like only when he hung on the cross and gave up his life. No, boo-boo. There was 3 years of getting to that. And in those 3 years of getting to that, he went in. And so, because I have more than 3 years, I will continue to go in. So write down, get a list and write down, I'm sorry, the names of your friends. Write down the names of your friends. I can't find my ice. Oh, it's over there. Write down the names of your friends. And then under the name of the friend, rate from 1 to 10 how truthful you really think that friend is to you. When was the last time your friend told you something that hurt your feelings, but you knew it was true, and you still remain their friend? Nobody tell you to cut nobody out your life, because I wouldn't cut nobody out. First of all, don't tell me to leave no man. Don't tell me don't be friends with nobody, because I'm going to do it when I get good and ready. But what I'm telling you is, check the people in your life. Are they willing, like Jesus, to let you suffer unto death? Not to physically die, but to go through suffering so long and to a point where you say, that's it, I'm done. This is dead to me. And then he comes in and he calls your name out of the darkness. How many of you can say you, and it doesn't have to be one friend. There are friends in my life that I use for different things. And I said use, and I meant that's what I do. I don't use them as money. No. But I have friends that I use for certain things in my life because they are appointed for that thing. And it took me a long time to realize that all my friends ain't good for everything. I think I've known Coco for about 2 years, and to actually have called her personally, it may be 3 times, if that. Because Coco is a prophetess and she means. I don't want Coco to. When I'm going through something, I don't want to know the truth. I don't want to tell the truth. I want you to stroke my ego, and Coco ain't the chick to do so. So I don't call Coco. I might have called her 3 times in all this time because those are the times I needed Coco. But Coco ain't that friend you gonna call it and chit chat, and when you get off, you're gonna be all right, because you're not. Because when you get off, you're gonna still be on your knees crying. She gonna have to hang the phone up because you can't reach the phone because you done threw it. Because she done told your entire life. My prophet like that too. You call him and he actually answers, you gonna regret it. Because that meant that you was in his spirit and he knew you was gonna call. When I call and he don't answer, that be the happiest days of my doggone life. If he didn't answer again today, that mean I did something right today. Now, when I call his mama, because she's sweeter and softer than he is, we can talk and we just be talking, and now every now and then I'll call her, and I wish I did not ever call her because she got that prophet streak too. She the mama. Every now and then I'll call her and I'll think, why would you do this? Why would you call her and she ain't got nothing else to do? What, and the children in school, Deke is doing so, why would you call her? But those are right there. But then there's Quint. I can call Quint and yap. Now every now and then, Quint will stop talking and get quiet, and she'll be looking at the screen. And then I think to myself, figure out a way to get off this phone. Because Quint is listening to the voice of God right now. Think of something. Go to the bathroom. But it don't matter with Quint. Because either Quint will call you back, or she's not going to let you hang up, and she'll just blurt it out real fast. And then she'll say, okay, coming back. And you think to yourself, did she just tell me off and smiling? She one of them smiling prophets. She could be dogging you in spiritually and smiling. And she one of them southern smilers. Y'all come back now, you hear? Ooh, I can't. Ooh, girl. Listen. You should have a friend in your life that caters to every layer of the onion that you think you are, or every facet of the diamond. Ooh, I'm preaching. Or because that ain't every facet of the diamond that you think you are. Ooh, Coco, you got to preach that. Write that down. You got to have a friend, because you know I don't preach. I'm not about to preach. No, somebody else gonna have to preach. If whoever else on here is a preacher, you can have that. It's free. Because I don't want this. Me, I'm preaching right now. You should have a friend that caters to every layer that you are, or every facet of the diamond that you think you are. That's not one person. That's not your mate. Your mate was not your husband or wife was not given to you to get along with everything about you. Because if y'all get along on every y'all something wrong with your relationship. Because there should be something about that other person, because this is a whole nother person. Y'all might have got matrimony and bonded as one, but it's still another booger. And if y'all agree with everything, something is wrong. Because he get up, go to the bathroom more than you, but so y'all should be discussing, not arguing, why the sheet should be left up in the bathroom on more than one occasion. That should be a discussion that is always being had. Because and his discussion is, I go to the bathroom at night more than you do. But you want it down just in case you go to the bathroom. That's a very good discussion. That kind of discussion right there will lead to the best makeup sets ever. I don't want the light over the stove on because it's not a night light, boo-boo. Just buy one of them things you plug in the thing. But Anton want the light over the stove on. You know why? Because when I'm sleeping, he sneak in the kitchen, eat his lunch and all the leftovers. But that's not what he gonna say. He gonna say, so I won't bump my foot when I go checking the house for the windows. See, his thing is, I'm gonna say something manly, like I'm checking the doors and the windows, instead of saying he eating all the leftovers and his lunch. And so we have a spirited look back and forth. And then think about it. Think about the things y'all used to argue about, and now it's this, y'all argue about it. Now it's this playful arguing. Now it's this inside joke y'all do when y'all, when y'all out or whatever. But you know what that is? That's progression in your relationship. Because every argument is not an argument until divorce. Some arguments are just, okay, now we're gonna 2 years later, we laughing about that. Because now this is just a play joke. Because now we just arguing about it because it just make both of us laugh. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'll argue about something that we argued about only because the makeup after it was awesome. And I just want to argue about it so we can do what we did after again. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's my truth. But do the list for me. Write down a list of the people that you say are your closest friends, and then rate how honest you think those friends are to you. And then test that theory. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I didn't have to test the theory with the people that I chose, because I came into this not knowing that I would have certain people for each little part of Bobby. But now I know that I know who to call, when to call, and at what point. And then there are times when there is no one to call, because the friend that I need is me. The advice I need is me. And so we're going to get Coco about to die. So I'm going to let her come in on this. And she's going to give it to you. Her face right now is like, I don't know what she's talking about, but I understand certain way her shoulder is. Listen, my apostle will tell you, I know every nuance of how she preach, because I'm listening to her, but I'm also making sure that nothing from behind me, because I'm on the front row, is coming at her. I can tell when she do a certain thing. Listen, whoever back there with the foolishness, keep your thought. I watch her like a hawk, and I watch her son, and I make sure that while they're preaching, they is right there. I know when she do this, oh, y'all about to get it. She lay that hair down like this. This church about to be tore up. And so I know Coco, and I know that there's a certain angle that she'll hold her head when she's listening to the Spirit. And she done heard something. And let's go into a very short prayer. Everybody bow your heads. Please, Jesus, don't let it be about me. Amen. Okay, so there we go. I had to pray. Go ahead, Coco, man.
You're going to stop coming for me.
Yes. So I'm going to go cut my thing off for a second. I'm going to run and get my water. But go ahead, Coco.
All right. Well, what can I say? She told y'all the truth. I am that friend that will tell you what the truth and not what you want to hear, because I'm not that person. I'm not the what you want to hear type. And at the end of the day, I don't want people to tell me what they think I want to hear. You tell me what I need. And there's a difference. So at the end of the day, she told y'all the truth. You have to have somebody that will agree to disagree. You have to have people in your life that will tell you what you need and not the things that you want to hear. Because in order for you to progress in life, you have to know what's needed and what you need to get rid of. A lot of times you want to hold on to stuff that he's trying to move out the way. and you wonder why the stuff in your life is being delayed. It's being delayed because he's not going to bless you with certain things around, certain things in your atmosphere that's going to drain you of what he's about to bless you with. Those things around or people around can make you mistreat or misuse the blessing. So at the end of the day, he's not going to do that. Why would he do that? I need you to change your atmosphere, and if you can't change it on your own, I'm going to disrupt it for you so that I can give you what you need. Trust me, you do not want him to put you down because you refuse to do it on your own.
Right. And the other
Yeah.
thing about that is that we have a tendency to love people who we think that we're helping because they're the weak person, and they're not that weak. You know what it is? They so used to sucking off your teats. Oh, I mean, what I meant was they so used to sucking your anointing
That's it.
that they have learned how to put on the face of weakness in order to make you feel like you are that friend that just gets them all through. No, 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 no,
Come
boo
on.
boo. No.
That ain't nothing but a ball of confirmation. I have been sitting here talking to people for the last 2 days, talking about how their anointing is being siphoned.
It's a leech.
Yes,
It is a
your
leech. It is
anointing is
not a
being
friend.
siphoned. You're being drained. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's not right nor is it fair. But hold on, if your discernment ain't told you that you
Keep
being
on doing
drained,
it.
you need to check yourself because you should know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but you need to make sure you're not the friend also who drains another.
That's it.
Because you could be, and that's my fear. That's when I went through what I went through a few weeks ago before I got this place. I laid on the bed the night I was getting ready to go. And I laid back and I said, this is another friend that I've had for years, that it was no longer going to be my friend. And I said, my mama taught me some very true and just, you can't be right and everybody be wrong. And I said this to my apostle the other day. And she when she yells at you, it's because you irritated her spirit because she's not that person. And she made me sit up because this I knew that once she said, "Stop that, is not you," I knew that it was time. Whatever she was going to say after that, it was going to be something that was going to that needed to be written in there and stick. You understand? So I said, it's got to be something, and I'm trying not to cry, but it's got to be something wrong with me. What do I do to people that makes them totally cut me off? This is the third person in the last 15 years that I thought I was growing, that I was friends with. And the first two ladies, I thought we were going to be friends for. And one day, they just blocked me on everything, stopped taking my calls, did not, no explanation, no nothing. And it hurt me to the core because I don't have friends from, I got friends from high school, yeah, but I don't have those girlfriends though, like for elementary school and high school, and once a year we go this way and all that other stuff. I don't have friends like that because I've never been friends long enough with anybody to have that moment. And the other thing is, I never had money like that to be. Usually the friends I'm with, and it's purposeful, is I'm friends with people who got more than I got because I need to know what you're doing so that I can mimic that so I can get where you are. You're my goal. I'm not jealous. I don't want exactly, but I need to know, how did you go from not perfectly, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, how did you go from high school? Then I went to college, then I got the job I wanted, then I got the house. How did you do that? And why didn't that work for me? And so that's the kind of friends I have. But it hurts to be friends with people like that on a certain level because you're never asked to go on those trips. You are asked to babysit or to do something else or whatever, but you're never asked to go out to those dinners.
It's okay.
And for years, I felt like the poor friend, and that she was only my friend because she felt sorry for me. And then for about 3 or 4 years, I just stopped talking to her altogether. Because even when I got the truck driving job and I got the money and I could go, I never was asked. And so then I realized it wasn't because you didn't have the money. You're just not that friend. And then I thought, okay, well, then you're the ghetto friend because I'm loud and I'm whatever, but that can't be it. Because I've sat in the company of millionaires and had deep philosophical conversations, talking the same way I'm talking to y'all now. Because I don't change how I talk. I just told my boss that the other day. Well, not my boss, my supervisor. She's new. And I told her that the other day. You want me to lower my voice? You want me to tone it down? You want me to not talk to the customers the same? Who are you talking to? I don't change for nobody. Money don't make you any better than. And so we went into this long thing, and I realized that the reason I wasn't in those groups is not because I didn't have the money or the intellect. It was, guess what? I'm not that friend. And so going back to, and I thought, what is wrong with me? What is, and then I thought about it, and I thought to myself, when Jesus picked them 12 boys, they were in the middle of sin. Peter was cussing. He probably was cutting up people all the time. Let me tell you something. When Peter pulled that knife out and cut that man ear off, that's not the first time he did that. That just ain't part of the story. Because I'm pretty sure in those 3 years, he had to defend Jesus plenty of times. Judas was just a thief, stealing people tax money. Thomas didn't just start doubting. Thomas always been the one that didn't want to go to the club because he just knew y'all was going to get arrested because y'all IDs was fake. These people wasn't just now starting to be that way. They were that way when he picked them. And so, you know why? Because each one of those boys, whether they're so-called famous or not in the Bible, they were an extension of every facet of who we are. And they covered every need that Jesus had. He had one of them boys to cover it. When he needed somebody to go pay taxes, then Judas, you go get the thing out the fish mouth, and you take Peter with you because it's just gold, and you go. And I don't compare myself to Jesus, but then I do. Because that was his job. His job was to do it so that I could compare myself to that and go, oh, I can do that. Oh, okay. He went through it. So that's where I'm coming from with that. And so I realized after I got yelled at by somebody who I hate yelling at me, it's not me. I'm just not that friend. And it's okay because she needs somebody else to cover that facet of her. And it's just not me. And I'm not going to be that for everybody.
When you are set apart, you will never be that friend.
Right. But I don't want to be the mean prophet either. Okay, I said it out loud. Sorry.
It's all right. You got to do
you, man. But you mean. Y'all mean. And I didn't mean to say that out loud. You see how quick that came out because I wasn't thinking. Bobby is awake tonight. She got on a frilly skirt, black patent leather shoes, and them socks with that go over. You know the mom put over the whole shoe with the lace? She is dressed tonight. And so y'all just have to deal with it. But listen, I don't want to be the mean prophet either. But it just seems like that's the way that but I just think my delivery is different. I'm more of a Jeremiah, except not the insanity part. I'm more of a Jeremiah kind of prophet. Because Jeremiah to me was funny. He said what he had to say, and he was all jokey, and he would like, to me, in my mind, he would say something, then skip away. That's just my idea of who Jeremiah was. Because he's sitting on top of this wall. What is he doing? He's sitting on top of the wall with one leg over the other, and he just swinging his legs, talking trash. I'm more like Jeremiah because that's me. And so, but I honestly am coming into this place in my head where not only am I trying to be accountable for who I am, but I'm trying to be unapologetic for who I was. Because what I'm not going to do is go backwards and apologize to you for who I was. If you can't walk forward with me into the meadow of goodness and grace and mercy and sunlight that I'm walking into my future, then keep your behind back there. Because you can keep reminding yourself, I'm dead serious. You stay back there in the past because I do not care. I don't care what I used to do. I don't care who I slept with. I don't care. And if you ask me, I will tell you, not out of pride, because I'm not ashamed. Everything that I went through is why I'm still alive. Everything that I went through made me the fighter that I am right now. Because I'm in the fight for my life. Because cancer is trying to kill me. You understand that? I was driving last night and literally my contacts popped out of my eye for no reason. I blinked and they popped out. And I was driving down the highway and I could not see. So I went to a girl who I knew I had my prescription. And I went to her. You know how I drove there? On Jesus. I could not see. Because he trying to kill me. But this is what I say. You should have did it when I was out there on the road doing everything I could do. You should have did it back in the day when I was being promiscuous, trying to find a daddy figure. Or you should have did it then. You gonna wait till I get, how them children say, you gonna wait till I get woke, nigga? To start acting stupid? Come on, man. Did you not read the end of the Bible when it say we win? How many languages do we have to put it in for you to understand? And so I have friends in my life that are friends, but they're also family. Because the ones that were given to me with the same DNA suck. And there's no other way to say it. It is what it is. They suck. And so you need to figure out if the friends that you have in your life are worth it.
That part.
If you die today or tomorrow, would you have really lived your life to fulfillment? Would you have really lived with people in your life that had your back from every angle of your back? Because your back is just not straight behind you. Your back is any place that you can't see. What did Mufasa tell Simba? Everything you can see except that dark place over there. And so beyond your peripheral vision, everything that's behind me that I cannot see from my peripheral vision is my back. And so do you have people on every side of that back? Every angle of that. You should have so many people back there that you should be able to see the shoulder of each person on whatever side in your peripheral vision. Because it is crowded in back there. These people out here with this, my circle so small, I can turn around and keep on turning around in the hula hoop you in. Because when push come to shove, the person that you really need, you don't want to be their friend no more. Because they told you your ass looked fat in that dress. And I that's it. That's all I have to tell you. I just I wish I had more people on here to come back with it. I don't Gil Melvin, come on, y'all, somebody, because I need you to. The reason I want people to talk back to me because I want to know if I'm wrong, not to stroke my ego, but to make sure that next time I come with this subject, I come studied up, and next time we can have a real debate.
No, you're not wrong. You know, my thing is I I like the fact that you came from the story of Jesus and Lazarus, because a lot of people didn't understand why he did what he did. You know, some people was like, "Oh, he was wrong for allowing them to wait so long, and the family suffering, da 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 da." Baby, he did it so that people could see and witness the glory of the Lord. It won't about y'all and your feelings at that time. He did it so that people would be able to see the works that he was getting ready to do. Again, when he left here, he said, "Greater works you will do than what I did." And people forget that they have the authority to do those works. You know,
We
and it's
talked
an
about that
everyday
too.
thing.
They got
So
authority and purpose, and got not a bit of power. And that's the problem with people is they have authority and they got the right clothes and they got the right verbs and they got the right nouns and they got power one. Let me tell you
that's it.
something. If you a preacher and you can't make your children go to bed, you need to go back to theological school and start over.
That's it.
If you a preacher and your husband don't come home at night when he's supposed to, you got something else need to be done. Because every time you walk into a room, I don't care who it is should become subject. The dog better stop barking and bow down. And I just told somebody that the other day. When you walk into the, you're not nobody mama right now. You better walk in your authority. I don't care if you have to wear your apostolic garments to wherever you gotta go. You are because you're human. The mama part, let her go pray in a room inside your head. That's why I tell people they think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, there really is a room that I have inside my head that I imagine that my alter ego Bobby sits in. Bobby comes out when I am stressed or when somebody getting on my nerve and Barbara don't want to hurt their feelings and Bobby saying that's the only way you're going to get them off you. That's the personality that helped me survive molestation, rape, and physical abuse. Having guns pointed at me, being thrown out of cars, sleeping in ditches, eating out the trash can. Bobby survived all of that because that's the personality that I had to bring forth in order not to lose my mind. So what I told, do this. Go in your head and build a prayer room. I understand closets and all that. Listen, I don't negate any of that stuff because whatever works for you works for you. But I'm telling you what works for me because maybe it'll work for you this time because that didn't work. Because now instead of it being a prayer closet, you just start throwing all this stuff in there. And now it's just a place where you keep all your jeans you can't fit in no more. Because now you're sitting in the middle of the bed eating Haagen-Dazs instead of praying. I can't. Instead of praying. Who is this person coming up my lip? So I built this room in my head. It has and Bobby is not a grown up. She's a little girl and she's fat. And on the side of the dresser is a big old little thing that says snack drawer. I can see it just like I'm looking at it. Say snack drawer. The door has locks on it, but on the outside. Because sometimes I gotta lock her in. Because she want to do stuff and I know I'm going to jail. And if she got on sweats or whatever, she chilling. But like right now, she's sitting on the side of the bed in church clothes. The dress is pure, all ruffled. She got on black patent leather shoes and white socks with so much ruffle over the shoe, like when we was little. Her legs so shiny with Vaseline and oil. Her hair and pigtails all over. And she just waiting to say something. She ain't got no doggone business. That's how I keep her. And when I don't want her to come out, I'll close the door and in my head I'll click 5 or 6 or 7 or how many locks it's gonna take to keep her in there. And that's how I do that. And when there comes a time when there's a situation I can't handle, Bobby goes to all of my doctor's appointments. Barbara don't go. Because Bobby will not allow a doctor or anybody else to talk to her all kind of way. You're not going to tell me what's wrong with me. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with me. And you're going to fix it. Or you're going to do everything in your power to fix it. Bobby is the one that goes to places where I have to do business or where we're going somewhere. And first of all, Bobby is the one that goes with Apostle when we go anywhere. Because she's going to be the one to pop off. Because what you're not going to do is talk, treat, or act any kind of way around her, because I can't do it. And we're going to, so when it pop off, I'm going to be the first one to pop off. She done sent me to the car plenty times. Go to the car. Because I'll tell her, go to the car, because the things I'm about to say, you ain't going to. I used to do it with my mom. My mom used to stop taking me to the doctor. My mama stopped taking me to the doctor with her. Because the people that I respect, you will. And if you don't, before I leave, you will. And so build a room in your head. It's not dual personality. It's still me. It's the other facet. I got a friend that'll tame Bobby too. The only person that could stop Bobby, it wasn't even my mama. The only person that could stop Bobby is Apostle. That's it. Nobody else. Once Bobby get her mouth start and she get rolling, there's nothing can stop her. Nothing. My mama couldn't do it. Apostle is the only one that could stop me once I get rolling. And so I build a place in your head that is comfortable to you, that is so familiar, you know, every crack and chink, and you keep yourself there, or you keep that pop-off person there. Because you, no matter what people say, Jesus popped off plenty. You're gonna need somebody to pop off. And they ain't gonna be a physical person all the time. It's gonna sometimes have to be you. And if you don't need that person to pop off, you need somebody in there that's gonna be the warrior that you can't be all the time. When you start getting emotional, and that's my sister, and that's my brother, and that's my baby, no, you go in the room and pray. And you walk out there with the sun shining behind you. You coming out there like you about to go in the OK Corral. You about to roll. When you walk out there, you have on your garments of warfare. And I told the person, don't let them call you mama or auntie. No. Because who you talking to right now is by whoever, apostle such and such and such, or deacon such and such and such. That's who you talking to right now. Because I'll tell people in a minute, no, you're talking to Bobby right now. Or whoever going to war for you, that's you, that's who need to come out that room. Walking, and if you have to dress in the way, on my worst days are the days I dress up the most. You know why? Because I'm stepping out. And I'm coming out like a warrior. And you may not see my weapons. But this is the only time I talk about my moon sign. You may not see my weapons, but I'm a Scorpio. I will take this tail and sting you. You'll be poisoned so quick you won't even know you dead until you start playing a harp. And Peter said, I didn't even know you could play. Promises. Because I'm gonna sting you. And so that's how you should be when it comes down to warfare and all. You better have friends in your life that could cover every facet of you. Even the facet where the friend that'll keep you from going to jail. To keep you from going to prison. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about friendship. Do you have a friend in your life that'll let you keep on being sick and tired and sick and tired and sick and tired unto death? And then once it's over, they pull you back out into the light. They call your name when all they had to do was call you on the phone from California. But they knock on your door and they say, come forth out of that dark place. And you ain't even stinking. You don't even smell like where you've been at. You don't even look like what you've been through. And are you man or woman enough to say, I know why you couldn't come rescue me? Because God, let me tell you something. And people say I'm too transparent. I don't care. I don't have no secret. You want to know something about me? So I've been to prison. It is something I didn't do, but I thought I was doing the right thing by going to turn myself in, but they made an example of me. That's what they do in the South to Black people. So I went to prison. I was in prison. I couldn't get in touch with nobody. My sister, my god sister, kept coming up there trying to get me out. She was doing everything she could. I couldn't understand why they couldn't get me out. They did it for everybody else. And I just told my apostle this the other day, and she didn't know this, but I told her I was laying in bed one night, and God told me. I told him not to pray for you no more. We can't pray for you no more. It's you. It's all you. Can't nobody get you out. You're gonna stay. And that is the same thing that God told me about cancer. I'm not gonna give you a miracle. I'm not pulling you out. There is something in this that you will learn. And when you get the victory, the lesson will be learned. This ain't like them other things you have to keep going through over and over again. This not like that one. Because I got your attention, I bet you now. Because you know that this could not have happened if the devil didn't ask permission first. Because he's just an employee. He just went to a business. They had a meeting in heaven. It was a board meeting. And God said, have you considered Barbara? And Satan said, well, you had his head around her, all the stuff she done did all these years. You ain't let me do nothing then. She ain't catch AIDS, promiscuous. She ain't get no disease. She ain't have no bunch of children. She living it up. She may not be happy, but she ain't dead. She still always come out. You always grab her at the last minute. She got that Nineveh anointing. Ooh. Got that Nineveh anointing. Before the prophet even get there to tell you the bad news, God done already changed his mind. But God was like, no, not this time. This time you can do whatever you want to do. Touch her body this time. Leave her mind alone. Leave her soul alone. Because I don't know why my mind hasn't snapped at this point. And I have to think that God only allowed him to touch this physical mortal body. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who I'm turning into. I don't know. And I'm so scared of the person I'm about to turn into. And I don't know why I'm scared. You know why? Because I didn't have no friends before I started. So who do I think I'm losing? What do y'all think about that? Who you think you're gonna lose, sis? Bruh, who you think you're gonna lose? You don't have them anyway. They're not real to you. Man, I quit. I gotta go. I gotta go. You better find out who your friends are, and you better make sure that they're covering you in the way that needs to be covered. Because sometimes the only reason you cover stuff is that you don't want nobody to see it. Especially you people who think that y'all just so valuable that you have to cover up yourself and nobody can see you. Because you the table, Lord, not the table and the tablecloth. Sometimes people say they're covering you, but they're really covering you because they don't want nobody to see that your light brighter than theirs. Sometimes people covering you because some people don't want nobody else to see what they see in you and what they sucking out of you. And now they don't understand. I've been sucking off this for all this time and she still keep coming back. Man, talk to the people, Coco.
I mean, you pretty much just said it all. Everything that I could say, you have already said it. At the end of the day, you have to realize who you are entertaining, regardless if they friend, foe, whatever capacity relationship you hold on with people. You have to come to the conclusion of what type of individual you are entertaining. Everybody is not your friend.
But everybody is not your enemy either. Some people
That's
just
it.
people. Some
That's
people
it.
just people.
You know, everybody has a place in your life for a reason. And sometimes you may not know what that reason is until it's too late.
Or the longevity of such
That's it. Everybody has a season, first and foremost. Some people are not a permanent fixture. Everybody got a season. And every season has an expiration date. You got to realize that every season, even the natural seasons, have an expiration date. They seem like they fusing together right now, but they still have an expiration date.
You better say it.
And you got to realize that everybody coming to your life for a season. You don't know how long the season is sometimes, but it's for a season. There's something that you're supposed to glean from that person, whether it's a lesson or a blessing. It's going to be one of the two, and it could be a little bit of both. But it's something that you're supposed to get from them. Spiritually, some people, when you connect with people in a spiritual manner, sometimes you got to activate or help them cultivate stuff that they forgot about in themselves.
And sometimes not only are you activating and cultivating, sometimes you just coming in to wean out, to put them on the thrashing floor. Sometimes you just got to thrash stuff out.
That's it. I talk about
because everything that is harvested is not good enough to eat. I'm done. I can't. Did you preach that one too? That's yours.
Yes, and I already have.
Everything that is harvested is not good enough to eat.
I asked somebody, I said, is your produce edible?
Or is it edible? Man, I can't.
I'm telling you, you coming back. It's a ball of confirmation. I love it. At the end of the day, first of all, a tree can produce fruit, but when you pluck it, it may not be good enough to eat. And that's the whole thing. What type of fruit are you producing? Is it edible? Can I eat it? If I can't eat it, then it's no good. And technically, if it was a vineyard or if it was a farm, that whole tree would come up and another one would be planted. So at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself and ask yourself, what have you planted in? Did you plant yourself in fertile ground?
And all fruit is not edible.
That's it.
All fruit is not edible. Some fruit you can eat, but the seed, you can eat cherries all day long.
Yep.
But you put cherries in certain things, it'll kill you because it's poison, the pits of it.
Yeah.
So the fruit is delicious, but the core of it will kill you, man, will kill you.
Yep.
Cherry seeds will kill you if ingested. So everything that's harvested ain't edible.
Nope.
But then again, you have a potato and you can let it sit on the windowsill and it don't even need no soil.
Nope.
And it'll sprout. And you got people and situations just like that. I'm trying to figure out, well, where does cancer thing come from? It was a potato. It didn't need no fertile ground to sprout up. It just sprouted up. And I don't know. I'm just at this point now where I don't know where that came from. Okay, but I'm at this point now where I just want to know if you got my back or not. And if you do, and I want to know if listen to me, if you're at my back, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because Caesar had folks at his back too.
Yep.
But they sure didn't have it.
That's it.
They got it, but they didn't have it. Yep. So if you behind me, what you doing? You praying, you plotting. And you better know which one these people in your life are.
Yep.
And don't be hanging on to friends because we've been friends since, I don't care. I don't care. I've been my sister all her life, and I still don't understand who the devil she is at this juncture in her life. So it doesn't matter how long you've known them. It don't matter if they mama name on the pew. It don't matter if they granddaddy started the church. It don't matter. You keep on going to places because it's familiar. Let me tell you something else. When they talk about vampires and witches, you know what they call their animals? They call them familiar. We about to.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they familiar with that evil spirit. They familiar with them.
Yep.
I can't. I'm done with that. I can't. So you got to figure out who your friends are. What they doing?
That's it.
Who they doing it for? And why they doing it? And if you can't ask your friend why you my friend and why you in my life, and they give you that stupid because you're so sweet and you're so great, that ain't your. That's not why. That's a good Facebook answer. That's a good what they call that the Miss America. That's
Mm-hmm.
a little contested answers. You know I want to know because you was ugly when I was ugly. You cried when I cried. You prayed when I prayed. You told me the truth when I didn't want to hear it. And then you came back after I got an attitude and said, "You okay, friend? Now let's go get something to drink." That's why
That's
I'm
it.
your friend. But I'm also your friend because you're just sweet and you're nice. But give me the real hard stuff first. Then after you give me that and you knock me off my feet a little bit, pick me up and edify me. That's a friend.
That's it. That's it.
And if you got friends and they can't really think of that, first of all, if you got a husband or a wife, and the only thing they can think of is the monetary and all this other stuff, and they can't think of nothing solid or biblical or
Mm-hmm.
theological or psychological or emotional. They can't think of nothing except, girl, you cook pigs me like my grandmama. You got a problem, sis, bruh.
That part.
Or I'm with you because the kids look like you, Negro. They look like your brother too. I can't. I'm done. Sorry. That I don't know who that was for. Ooh, just saying.
That's it.
Why are you here? It is nothing wrong with asking a person, husband, wife, what? Ask your mama. Why are you here?
Yep.
Because I'm your mama. Nope, not enough. Peace. Deuces. Because I need more than just somebody who birthed me. I need you to be my friend. You can't be friends with your children. No, I'm not talking about children. Once them children leave your life, leave your house, you don't have no kind of friendship relationship. So now your mama still can't be your friend. The devil is a liar. My
Any
God, sister,
relationship you deal with should be an add-on to your life,
thank
not a
you.
takeaway.
My God sister's so close to their mama, they just make me angry. First of all, why walking here anybody got no clothes on? We that close? Why is everybody? Why every time I come here, it's something I see something I don't want to see. They talk about anything. Mm, we done all slept on this. All of us done been dressed like sleeping on the same bed when we was little. You can't do them things no more. But then they talk about that stuff, but now you still can't figure out why you couldn't go in your Uncle Johnny room because they knew this nigga was a pedophile. You can't keep that secret. You can keep that secret, but you can't. I can't. But that's another subject. I am going to talk about that, but I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that because they are family members that I don't know if I want to hurt or not. And I said it the way I said it, and I meant what I said just now. I don't know if I want to hurt them because they will be, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that kind of devastation. Um, but there will come a point in time where it will be necessary in order to get the heaviness of not telling off of me. And that's just it. So we're gonna that's that in that God say that's enough. So check your friends, write your list, and if they blood or not, if they're not meeting the requirements of at least one facet of who you are,
That's what it is. Yeah.
and if you ask them the right question, they're gonna walk off anyway. Why are you here, girl? Why you asking me so stuff? You start off like that, you already know. Okay, especially if you would do it, just your man. He walks you. Don't ask him that if you ain't ready. Seriously, sis. Tonight I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who it is. I'm talking to you, girl. If you ain't ready for that, he gonna leave you. Don't ask him. I don't know who that girl is. Don't ask him because
No.
you ain't ready for what he gonna do. Because he gonna act just like that. Always asking me these stupid questions. I'm hearing it.
Better give people the gift of bye-bye.
All right, I'm going. Because my phone call gonna come and y'all know how I feel about my phone call. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I wish we had more interaction with. I don't know why I can't see any comments, or I don't even know if there were comments. There were a few at the beginning, and then it seemed like everybody left. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's just whoever. Listen, whoever was anointed or or is supposed to be here. It had been written millenniums before we got here. So that
Yeah.
whoever's here is here. And I made myself feel better. And that's one of the reasons why I do this. Um, uh, and though the friend of mine said what he said, that was his opinion, and I realized that it was not directed at me. It was just directed out. And now at this point, just now, I just brushed my hands of it because he wasn't talking to me. Because if he was, he has the balls to come to me. He ain't nothing wrong with it. As they say in the South, in Charleston, his mouth is not put on backwards. He says exactly what he wants to say and how he wants to say it. So he wasn't talking to me. He was just throwing it out there. And so I brush it off because that was just the devil trying to bring a rift between somebody who I'm going to need at some point to give me a push or a pat on the back. And you're not going to let me lose one of my facets. Promise. So I love everybody. Thank you so much, Coco. Um, and it was you for a reason. You understand? It was you. And you're going to make me cry.
You welcome.
It's you for a reason and only you. And I appreciate that. I really honestly appreciate that. There are others that I would love to be on here, but they're very shy, but powerful people. Um, and some people like being in the background because it makes their anointing, keeps it where it's supposed to be, until it's supposed to burst out. And so I won't fault them for that. But I thank you so much for watching. I love um, wait a minute, how he says hi. Oh, that's an old one. But yeah, thank everybody for watching. Appreciate you. You can catch it again on the YouTube channel. Or you can just back it up and watch it again if you want to. Like I watch it again the next day. And then I say, what the hell did you just say? But yeah, I surprise me. Some things I've said tonight, I won't realize I said them till tomorrow. Till tomorrow. And I'll be looking at it like, something wrong with you. You too stupid. But yeah, so y'all get surprised? So do I. So it ain't just you. Coco, you have any closing remarks before we go out? Because I would dare not disrespect
Just
you
just
with
be
that.
real. Be real and be you. Because in this season, it's too hard to pretend to be something that you're not.
Yeah.
That's it. Just be you. You may not understand where the Lord is taking you, and it's not meant for you to understand. Right now, it's just meant for you to go along with the ride and let Him finish your work. And that's for everybody. You know what I mean? To me, when you try to overanalyze it and you want to know too much, you'll mess it up.
Yeah.
Just let Him finish the work because He doing a great work, and let Him finish it. Let Him complete it. Because honey, when He done, woo, when He done, that's
Yeah.
how I feel about it. When He done and it's all said and done and it's over, you come out pure as gold and you will not be the same. It's okay to accept change. Change is good. We don't like it, but it's good.
Yes.
So
So
that's all I got to say. Welcome to change and embrace your process and stop trying to outrun it.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
it.
so or anticipate. Don't start me again. And you always try. You always trying to. I'm trying to anticipate God next move and just wrong. Just wrong. But please go to uppitynegro.store, uppitynegro.store, and get you some uppity negro apparel. Get you some lashes. We're moving into lip gloss, into some other things.
All
um
right.
on May 21st we have a prayer breakfast here in Charleston. We'll be on the water, just putting it out on the waves, because in many days hence, honey, when they come back. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have breakfast and we take pictures and we sing old Negro spirituals. And we wear beautiful long sundresses and the big old hats, and the white people take pictures because they cannot believe the old Negroes are still at it. Um, but I quit. I'm sorry. And so that's May 21st. It's only $35. You're only paying for your breakfast. If you want to get a room, you need to inbox me so that I can talk to the hotel um, at the Holiday Inn, or you can get something cheaper a little further out. But this is my phone call. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. Love y'all. Good night.